All right, before we get into the episode here, my apologies. For some reason or other, there is this popping noise going on throughout the recording. I have no idea what it is. It wasn't anything with my mic. I tested it after the fact to see if maybe it was something with my audio popping or if I was hitting my mic against anything, and to the best of my knowledge, I I haven't. So I don't know where the popping sound is coming from. I'm gonna try to investigate a little bit more, but unfortunately for this episode, there will be a little bit of a popping sound. Again, my apologies. I am recording on a laptop due to my computer being broken, so we'll figure it out as things go, but it's just gonna be what it's gonna be from now on. Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of our Field of Mistria series. We're back at it again. Um, Ooh, yay. Perfect. Reopening of the mines would be great. Especially since I want to get... the, fishing rod. I do have a lot of stuff to donate too. But for now, let's water our plants. I may go to the general store and get more. Just because I want to earn as much money as I can the first season. So I can buy a kitchen and a crafting station to put here. I am going to also try to get 30 more wood so I can make another chest. I don't like only having one. It is rather annoying. Plus it gives me an excuse to clean up the farm a little bit. Now granted, I do need to save some wood for the bridge quest. I don't usually buy a lot from the Saturday market. I've never really had a need to. But it couldn't hurt to get it open. Perfect. I need 30. Please. Okay, now let's see here. So we'll take that. And we'll donate some stuff. How about that? You can donate, you can donate. You, and one of you. You, and one of you. Take those to start. Keep an eye out for any of the mining spots again. Or any rare insects. As much as I would love to collect them all over and over again, that's not going to be very feasible. I think I have 3 blueberries already, but I can always go get more from that forge spot. For right now, we're just going to donate all this. I've just come to the conclusion that I'm going to donate whatever I donate, and in between episodes, I'll go through my tracker. Oh, yeah, the mines. I'd say I guess the mines would stay closed, but they probably won't. I'm already pretty close to getting to stone rank. Oh, they finally have them open, huh? When I was in beta, there was lines over all of these areas. You couldn't actually enter any of them. That's very nice. I like that. I like that they finally have that open. That's actually very helpful. That's really nice. I love that. I love that. It was a feature that they didn't have before. So I didn't realize they put in that feature, and that's really amazing. I knew they were gonna do it at some point, but I was just so used to it being closed off. Huh. Yeah, they've done a lot of work on the game. When I was playing beta, it was... Sorry, I might have to sneeze here in a minute. Oh my god, that hurt. Ooh. Ouch. When I played beta, they didn't, It always comes in threes. The sneezes always come in threes. When I was playing beta, they didn't have marriage candidates. They didn't have, like, a museum room like they do now. They didn't have a lot of the things. I think they were still working on a good chunk of the things that they wanted to put in the final edition. So it's really awesome to see that they finally were able to complete the museum portion. Because I like checking my progress, and I like seeing it. If I ever get into playing Coral Island for a playthrough series, that one has a very amazing museum setup. Now I sound all weird because my nose is all clogged. Let's go dump all this. I want to keep the wood on me. Because I want to make another chest. You can go, you. Let's see here. None of you is donatable. You're fine. You. None of you. One of you. One of you. You've been donated. Snails cannot be donated. But I do need a lilac for a quest. I'll get that later, though. Ladybug's been donated. You've all been donated. Okay. Well, then I can just take you with me. Grab this other big bee. Okay. Another thing that I like about this game, although I really haven't touched on it, is you can access a lot of these buildings and stores without there ever being anyone present. Which is nice, in all honesty. Tiny dino skeleton. Donate more. Perfect. Now let's go give Juniper the lilac and create a chest. because I lack a lot of things, but mainly I lack storage. Awesome. I think she's in her bathhouse, right? Where is Juniper? Nope, 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 nope. She's to the forest. Okay, turn in the quest. Yeah, sure, Juniper. Oh, word. And now we are the test dummies for a not so great connection. Yes, Juniper, thanks for poisoning me. I remember this cutscene. I don't know if I've ever really used bathhouse visits. Where's Dozy? I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll use all 5 this time. Okay, well that's that quest complete. 60 wood, 60 stone, blueberries. I can get the sod on the peat. Trout I can't do. A leek I could do. So leek, sod, and peat. Let's see if there's some blueberries. Yay! As you can tell, berries run on a very different schedule than your regular forageables. I haven't actually calculated how many days it takes for a berry bush to grow back. Especially since it seems to vary depending on the type of berry bush that you're harvesting. I feel like it takes blueberry bushes a little bit longer to come back than just your wild red berry bushes. I feel like your red berry bushes are just producing every day. Okay, so what I need next is peat and sod and blueberries, and then a wild leek. And then I need to find Reyna, and I need to find Celine. Reyna, I think it should still be at the inn, unless my mind fails me. No, she's not. She's at the bathhouse. And so is Celine, so to the bathhouse I go. But if they're in an actual bath, then I'm a little screwed. Ooh, that's a rare one. I'll take that. Yeah, they're all in the bathhouse. I can't just go in there and... Oh, I can. Yes, thank God. And there's a bunch of people here to talk to. Oh, hun, I'm gonna have your thing to star rank by... probably next week in this game. Request for blueberries. And request for the wild leek. Cool, now that we've talked to everyone, we can head out. That's an improvement too, is when in beta, you couldn't go back in the bathhouse to talk to people when they were in the bathhouse. Or at least I had never been able to. I don't know how early or how late they implemented that side room, but I had never been able to just go into the room and talk to them. So there were quests and stuff that I'd wanted to turn in before, and I just couldn't. Unfortunately, I did not have the ability to. Okay, now what I want to do, I'm gonna put all my insects in that chest. And everything else can stay in that other chest for now. But just so I have things sort of sorted. And that way I can easily tell what's what as well. So let's take you, you. Put them all in here. And then we can learn this one. And then what I want to do is take these, and we're going to clean up around the farm just a little. I'm debating if I want to buy a fishing pole. Or if I just want to craft one. I should be able to get the mines open pretty soon. So it's not like I'm terribly worried. Okay. Awesome. That should get me a little bit of the ways to where I want to be. Kind of. Now let's go to the statue. I want to see what perks I can get. Okay. So I think first, I want to look at farming. Just occasionally drop a seed version. Stamina boost. Water. We're gonna get this one and this one. These be with 10. Uh, dive spots. This one. I'll be at the Western Ruins a bit, so that's pretty good. Next up, Sunken Secrets would be nice. Okay. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of clearing up around the farm for a little bit, just grass and such. Nothing too crazy. I will either cut it out or speed it up, all things depending, and go from there. So I'll either see you in a split second or after a shortcut. Okay, and we're back. Cleared up, as you can see by the scan over the screen. I cleared out a bunch of grass on the east side of the map, which is good. Once I clear that out, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do, but this way I can start, getting an idea of how I'm gonna plan things and where I'm gonna put things, etc., etc., etc. Now let's see where our renown is. We were already at level 7. I think it's level 10 is for stone. Haha, perfecto. And with that, we've unlocked the mines, so I don't actually have to buy a fishing rod. I can get copper ore and craft one. I love getting achievements. And it's raining. Why am I slow? I don't know what. Move up and down. Pick up open journal. Close. Control? Okay, so apparently I'm running at normal pace, but whatever. Mine entrance. Stone star rank. Awesome, finally. I like the weather crystal ball. Very helpful. Okay, so tomorrow will be windy. Now I have 2 of the things I need for donation. Potato, well, I have 3 actually. I have the potatoes, the turnip, and the strawberry. I need the cabbage and the cherry. And then once I do that, I'll have all the spring crops and stuff that I'll need handled. Okay, so let's go meet them at the mines. I don't know, my character just feels really slow. I don't know if anybody else can kind of see that or feel that, but it just feels slow. Maybe it's because it's storming? No idea. thank heavens, I'm not broke anymore. I don't know what I'll spend it on. I'll probably save it for next season. I don't know. I'm stuck between just buying a bunch of crops and going for it. And another part of me is just like, well, might as well spend all the money and make more money before the next season. I'm at a loss. Yes, Errol, I need copper. I need to make a fishing rod. And there goes Island. Onward for copper. I need a fishing rod. Yep. So honestly, at this point, what I am doing is just kind of trying to get essence points. Those will be very necessary later on. So the sooner I get them, the better, but I also want copper. Getting 5 levels down isn't even my goal right now, just getting enough copper to make a fishing rod is. And I can't remember, I believe it's 10 copper per, per copper bar. Perfect. Sweet root is definitely something I'll need. And again, my least concern is getting down in floors. I hate to do it, but I already have both of you, and I don't have either of these. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to really... Yes, yes, I know I scared away the fish. Okay, mining, let's see. I don't have enough, so we're not gonna worry about that. Because then I think... Yeah, I think I'm just slow because of the rain from the thunderstorm. Let's go donate everything I found that can be donated. I want to say I have to wait for a cutscene in order to be able to use the forge. Sundere March. Aha, I can use it now. Because I think for a fishing rod I need, what, 4? Yeah, I have 1 already. I'll get 1 from this. And then I'll need to get, it looks like 17 more ore at some point. I would like to do it before the 10th so I can start fishing up all the fish. It would be really helpful for the little meanwhile that I have it. It would just be really good to be able to start getting all the fish because, again, like Stardew Valley or Coral Island or any other Harvest Moon-esque game, you have specific fish for specific seasons, and that's crucial for the museum. So I would like, possibly to get that. I really don't like how slow I am. I also find it funny that the well is completely decorative. You can't tell, there is no end or limit to your watering can. So it's the watering the well is really just decoration, which is fine. Once I get all this cleared up and I make a actual farm plot idea and get a landscaping all sorted, and I know what I'm gonna put where, it will all be okay. I kind of have an idea of how I want it to look. I've never been good at decorating, so it's going to be an interesting attempt at decorating, I guess. I like how ever since I sneezed earlier, I just sound awful. Which doesn't really make sense to me, but I suppose. Yeah, I didn't realize that they added the effect that when you're in a thunderstorm, it slows you down. But the reason I'm cutting up all the grass right now, one is it's good for animal feed and such. It grows back really quickly too. Is because I can't really see insects when the ground is covered. So I want to make sure I get this nice and cleared off, especially since there is a way, there's a little technique to see if you can't get some of the legendary insects. Now, albeit I can, I mean, I guess they do, the one that I'm the legendary bug for spring, the... I forget, what is the legendary bug for spring? It's not the speedy snail. The speedy snail is like any season, basically. I want to say it's the flower crown beetle is what it is. It has to be sunny or windy. And the trick to it is you kind of just kind of sit between 2 points on the map. I always recommend the farm just because there's more room. And you go back and forth between the 2 points because the insects refresh every time you enter and exit an area, as you've seen before, and as I've told you before. So it's a lot easier to find those insects when you do that. And there's another trick to it is where you save every time you find one. I don't need... Well, I guess getting 4 of each is nice. I really want 4 of the fairy bee, which I believe is a fall legendary insect. And then I would like to get 4 of any other legendary insect for the bug pheromones later in the game. That'll be very much later in the game. Just due to the fact that it's going to require some materials to actually make the terrariums and apiaries for them. So it's going to be a little tedious task. But for the time being, I can at least start clearing out the area. But yeah, that's my goal for the next little bit, is in the next couple of days, try to have a fishing rod so I can start getting all of the fish caught. And then, yeah. Go from there. Might seem really repetitive, what I'm saying, but it also helps for me to just say it out loud. Okay. I think that's relatively nice and cleaned up. Not perfect, but it's enough where, it's not ugly anymore. And I get a good munch of animal food that way for when I get the barn and the coop. And it'll all grow back too, so that's good. But yeah, so like right here you can save your game progress, which is where tomorrow I might see if we can't get one of the legendary insects. There really isn't a set area that they spawn in unless you're like a beach insect. So I'm not really all that worried. But with that said, that's gonna call it for time. But we do have ooh, I get my cat now. Ooh, I can have a dog too, but I want a cat. I love cats. I love dogs too. I'm gonna have a cat, and his name is gonna be Midnight. Perfect. And we are on to day 8. Again, that's going to call it for today's episode. Thank you for anybody who did tune in. I very much appreciate it. Feel free to leave a comment, a like, or subscribe if you so choose. Again, not mandatory, not something I even really pressure anyone to do. It's just if you enjoy the content and you feel like you want to do it. If not, then that's okay too. So I will see you all in the next episode where we will hopefully get the fishing rod. And I'll try to show you that little tech for how to really like get insects, especially rare ones. We're gonna see if we can't get one or two, maybe more if it can be helped. Especially with if I can get a couple of the speedy snails, those seem to populate the most among all of them. But we'll see. So without further ado, I will see you all in the next episode, and until then, ciao!